Hello YouTube, it's Michael here doing my last part 4 of my rare PS1 games. A little info about them. Dive right into it here. The second to last regular edition of my PS1 games I'm going to show is called Wild Arms. They remade it called Wild Arms Ultra Code F. If you're a purist, you want to get this version. Not very expensive, not that rare actually. I believe it's just a one-disc game. But Wild Arms 1 is probably my favorite. I really liked Wild Arms 2 and Wild Arms 3. It kind of started going down the hill after 4 and 5. But not an expensive game, but definitely worth every bit of $10 to $20 you can pick it up for. And then the last regular edition game is a absolute classic. I actually think it's pretty rare. Even though they made a greatest hits version, I don't think it sold very well in America. It's well liked now. I don't think it initially sold very well. I think it did pretty good in Japan. The original guy of Xenogears wanted to make this a six-parter. And he kind of got a 6 parts, because we got Xenogears, Xenosaga, episode 1 through 3, Xenoblade Chronicles X, which is coming out. But he all wanted them to be interconnected stories and stuff, kind of like a 6-part Mass Effect. You know, the sci-fi RPG. Kind of wish he would have seen that come to fruition. But this is a cool game. One of my favorite RPGs for the PS1. One of my favorite RPGs of all time in general. So there's 2 versions, Black Label, Green Label. Obviously the Black Label's more sought after. I think this is a $50 or $60 game now. Might be more, might be a little bit less. But I think 50 or 60 is probably about what it goes for. If you can find it for 40 bucks, I'd highly recommend it. Like one of my favorite RPGs of all time. In general, for any system, I don't care. Xenogears, definitely pick it up. It's a must-own for any RPG or PS1 collector. Alright, and then I'm going to get into my special edition PS1 games. I've already unboxed them, so I didn't have to mess with it with one hand on my Droid Turbo. That's what I shoot these videos on, because it's just easy. I can't find a tripod for it right now. And less than like $100. I'm not going to spend $100 on a freaking tripod for my phone right now, but I'd rather spend $100 on video games, to be honest with you. But anyway, the first game we're showing is called Grand Theft Auto Collector's Edition. Not an expensive Collector's Edition. I think you can pick it up between like $10 or $15 complete. And it comes with 3 Grand Theft Auto games. The first Grand Theft Auto, second Grand Theft Auto, and Grand Theft Auto like it's got like a London pack or something like that. If you like the Grand Theft Auto games, you might want to look at gameplay. These are top down. The first 2 were top down. This is what I started out with Grand Theft Auto. I didn't start with Grand Theft Auto 3. My drummer in my band at the time, he was playing Grand Theft Auto 2 at least, and showing me, he's like, "Oh, dude, you gotta check out this game." Really cool concepts when it first came out, but they made a collector's edition of it. If you want to see where Grand Theft Auto came from, and you want like a cheap collector's edition, you gotta go ahead and pick it up. You know, like I said, you can pick it up for $10 or something like that. So it's not a bad deal. The next game, I find varying prices all over, especially on the main website I use, which is www.videogamepricecharts.com, and you can look up most of the games and stuff. I think the price that they're quoting on that actual website is just for this version right here. You know, case, manual, all 5 discs. I think it's got 4, maybe 5 games. It's a huge collection. I think it's really cool. The Ark the Lad games weren't an awesome series to me or anything like that, but it's really cool. Working Designs always does great stuff for their packaging. Like I said, you get 4 or 5 games. You get 4 games for the price of 1, which is kind of cool. I do believe this version right here will probably go between $50 and $60. But if you can find it with all this stuff, Working Designs always package their collector's editions with really cool stuff. I'll open this up. These are in really good condition too. Like the pop-up. This one comes with, they always come up with standees for the PS1. These ones are sealed. And it comes with a memory card holder with Ark the Lad little sticker on it. And these are for your analog sticks for your PS1. So if you can find, I'd say this particular version that I own and the condition and completeness it is in comes with this huge leather-bound hardback all-colored manual, which is really unprecedented these days. This used to be pretty frequent back in the day for stuff, but I'd say to find it absolutely complete and stuff, you're probably looking at $75 to $100 for that. And to be honest with you, like if you just want to play the game, sure, that's great. But you know, this is how I first found the game. I didn't even like. I thought that people just took this out and were selling it online and stuff and keeping all the extras for themselves. But I think they actually sold this without the big box and stuff. But when I looked up prices, I'm like, man, why is this only going for $35 or $40? Like, it's got a lot of stuff to it. But I don't think that's a good price for it. Like I said, I think to find it complete, it'd be closer to $75 or $100 in really good condition, like I own with some of the stuff sealed. The next game I'm showing is called Lunar Silver Star Story Complete. This one's kind of in rougher shape than I'd like, but Lunar is one of my favorite games for the PS1. It's a action RPG-ish type game. The box is in rough shape, but everything else is in really good shape. Came with a cloth map, which is kind of cool. Came with this huge manual, again, color, leather-bound manual. And then came with 4-disc. It's not 4-disc game, but I think like there's 2 discs for the game and 2 soundtracks or something like that. So it's really really a cool piece to have. Again, I see it like with just this case and stuff, but I'm guessing it's probably $50 to $60 for everything. So this is one of my favorite games for the PS1, so it'd be worth it to me if I didn't have it to pay $50 or $60 for it. And that's with the big box and everything. And this last game, this one is in really good condition. This is Lunar 2. I did not like Lunar 2 as much as Lunar 1, but it was still a very good game. I do think they printed more copies of Lunar 2 than they did Lunar 1, even with the big box and stuff. But again, another Working Designs Collector's Edition. Working Designs always does stellar stuff. Again, another leather-bound manual with color, all color and everything. You know that they spent money to make that. This is the soundtracks, I believe, or just one. And then you have the I think it's called the Omaki box or something like that. Comes with the maps are still sealed in here, still taped up and everything. The pop-ups are still sealed. And then this is probably the coolest piece out of it. And believe it or not, I actually don't find it a lot with the pendant. And the pendant's never been worn or opened or anything. I've taken it out to look at it, but what does that say on the back? Working Designs 2000. I know it's not going to focus on that, but it says Working Designs 2000 on the pendant. Make sure you have the pendant, man. When I was looking this game up, I found a bunch without the pendant, and obviously there's a huge piece missing out of there. I think people with the maps in there and trick people of it. And then the actual game itself is 3 discs or something like that. No, there's 4 discs in there, so make sure there's everything in there. I'd say Lunar 2 Complete is probably about $65 with the big box and everything. But make sure it has everything with it. If you can find these sealed, that's awesome. I don't ever use them as a standees and stuff. I just, as a collector, I don't try to open up more things than I want to, unless I'm really into the game. And, like The Witcher 3 and stuff, really into the Witcher series. So I was going to play it. I really like Lunar stuff, but I'm not going to use the standees. I don't see a purpose to it. But that's my PS1 stuff. I've got a ton of strategy guides for my PS1 games. Let's see if I can't find them. I got all the Final Fantasy ones. Man, these are on the PS2. I've got a ton. I even got stuff like Wild Arms, all the Wild Arms, all the Resident Evils. I really enjoy the strategy guides. This is one of my favorite strategy guides, which is the official Lunar strategy guide. Really hard to find. A lot of people don't collect strategy guides as much. A, because they're heavy, because they're very heavy. As you can see, the shelf is bowing, and you'll see a lot of bowing for shelves and stuff. And they're fucking heavy as hell. Like, dude, that takes four boxes to put these in, and it just beats up your boxes and stuff. So I try not to collect as many strategy guides now. I try to collect the RPG ones, you know, Fallouts and the Ni no Kuni and stuff. Things that deserve strategy guides, you know, RPGs and stuff. But anyway, I've ranted along about the strategy guides. That's my PS1 collection. Like I said, I did not show all my PS1 games. There's a ton here that I really enjoyed that aren't as rare, you know, like Alien Resurrection, and the Alien trilogy. Then you have like Alone in the Dark, which they kind of try to revamp the series, but this was really good. And then there's like some more uncommon stuff like the Bloody Roar 2, if you like 3D fighters. Another interesting fighter was Bushido Blade and Bushido Blade 2. You could pretty much kill someone in one swing. It was very strategic as far as fighting games go. And then you have like Bust a Move 4, which was, this used to be pretty collectible. It's definitely gone down a lot. And you have classics like Dino Crisis. Dino Crisis 2 is definitely rare. Then you have like Doom. I really enjoyed the Doom games. Looking forward to the new one that ID or id Software is still doing. Let me just show off some of the other ones. This is definitely a classic. Legend of Dragoon. I paid $8 for it, as you can see, the $8 mark for the black label. It's a huge game, I think. I think it's 4 discs. Yeah, 4 discs. Very cinematic. A really awesome RPG. And it's not expensive, so that's really good. People really like the Loaded series. I thought that was okay. And there's Reloaded. I do own Reloaded as well. And obviously you have the Metal Gear Solid, the first one. Metal Gear Solid, the VR missions, which this is what DLC is, you know. It's just kind of an add-on for more Metal Gear Solid. And I have a green label Metal Gear Solid since I like the Metal Gear Solid series so much. Point Blank, where it was a GunCon game. They made 3 Point Blanks in Time Crisis for PS1. So those are some of the GunCon games. And you have Qbert. Qbert came out. I remember playing Qbert for the Atari long ago and for the NES. So that's why I picked it up. Like I said, here's Reloaded. Definitely a little more uncommon than the regular Loaded. Then you have like stuff like Resident Evil. You always have to have your Resident Evils. They made 2 versions. There's a director's cut and the regular one. I think the regular one's actually rarer than the director's cut. The director's cut's at least cheaper. And then you have Resident Evil 2, Resident Evil 3, of course, and then Road Rash. I don't know if people remember Road Rash from the Sega Genesis era, but that's why I picked this one up. I really enjoyed Road Rash. I found this one at a Goodwill or something. Yep, for $5. I thought it was worth $5. I found this like within the last 6 months, so, and it's complete and really good condition. So, you know, I try to find stuff like that. And then you got Soul Blade, which was a predecessor to Soul Calibur. So if you kind of want to see where Soul Calibur came from, there's Soul Blade. Here's a mismatch copy of Final Fantasy VII. I got some greatest hits discs, some black label discs, stuff like that. And just to show off some of the other ones, let's see, what didn't I show? You gotta have your Tetris. Everyone loves Tetris. There's Time Crisis. It's kind of collectible. My wife really likes Tomb Raider. I got all the Tomb Raider games for PS1, and I've always enjoyed these games, and that's the Worms games. I played them for a computer because my drummer, again, played a lot of PC games. He showed me a lot of these weird niche PC games, like Diablo, Worms, Grand Theft Auto, which were niche and weird at the time. So, but he got me into those. But that's mostly my PS1 stuff. I only really try to collect cherries and stuff. You know, quality over quantity. If you can find a big box of them for a decent price, go ahead and pick them up. But that's all my PS1 stuff, guys. Sorry it's taken so long to upload this, and I'll be doing more videos definitely in the future. And just keep watching, and I appreciate all your support that everyone's given me, and see you guys next time.